Maya stood outside her grandmother's bedroom for a long moment. The door had stayed closed since the funeral 6 months ago. Every time she walked past it, she told herself, maybe next week. Today, she finally turned the handle. Everything was still where her grandmother had left it. A small clock sat on the table, but its hands had stopped months ago. The curtains were half open, and warm sunlight filled the room. Tiny pieces of dust danced in the light. Maya took a slow breath. "I'm ready," she whispered, though she wasn't sure she believed it. She opened the closet and began folding old sweaters one by one. Most of them still carried the soft smell of lavender. At the bottom of the closet was a small wooden box. It looked ordinary, but a thin line of sunlight rested across its lid. Maya smiled sadly. "Of course," she said. Her grandmother had always loved sitting in the sunshine. She lifted the lid. Inside was an old envelope. The paper had turned yellow with time, but one thing was still clear. For Maya, when she's ready, her hands trembled. She carefully opened the envelope. "My dear Maya, if you're reading this, I'm no longer there to tell you these words myself, so let me say them now. You were the best part of my life." Maya slowly sat down on the wooden floor. Sunlight stretched across the room like long golden ribbons. "I still remember the day you were born. I couldn't wait outside the hospital room, so I held you in the hallway before anyone could stop me. You wrapped your tiny hand around my finger, and I laughed so loudly that the nurse stared at me. I didn't care." A small tear rolled down Maya's cheek. She could almost hear that warm laugh again. "I know I wasn't always easy. I know I said things I should never have said, especially during my last years, when my mind wasn't always my own. If I forgot your name, if I looked at you like you were a stranger, please forgive me. Some memories disappear, but love doesn't. The heart remembers what the mind forgets." Maya closed her eyes. She remembered those painful visits. "Who are you?" her grandmother would ask. Each time, Maya smiled and answered anyway. "It's me, Grandma. It's Maya." She always smiled. She never cried until she reached her car. "There is something else I want you to know. After your grandfather died, I almost stopped living. Not because I wanted to die, because I couldn't see a reason to keep going. Then you started visiting every Sunday. You always brought that terrible coffee. It was never very good. But I drank every cup because you made it with love." Maya laughed through her tears. "It really was terrible coffee. You told me stories about work, about your little fights with your sister, about things that didn't seem important. You thought you were only passing time. You were giving me another reason to wake up every morning." Maya lowered the letter. Her chest felt heavy. She had missed a few Sundays. She had always believed she should have visited more, but the letter never mentioned the Sundays she missed, only the ones she came. She wiped her eyes and continued reading. "Today, whenever today is, I want you to do one thing for me. Go outside. Find a place where the sun touches the ground. Sit there for 5 whole minutes. Don't look at your phone. Don't think about tomorrow. Just feel the warmth, simple sunlight, and someone I loved nearby. That was always enough for me. I don't know what your life looks like now. Maybe you're happy, maybe you're tired, maybe you're still trying to find your place. Whatever your life is, You never had to be extraordinary to make me proud. You already did, simply by being you. Take care of your mother. She smiles more than she rests. She is stronger than she looks. But even the strongest people need someone beside them. And Maya, don't be afraid of empty rooms. I'm not really gone. I'm in the recipe you'll never make exactly like mine. I'm in the old songs that play at the perfect moment. I'm in every Sunday that reminds you to slow down. And whenever sunlight finds your face, think of me smiling. I love you more than any letter could ever say. Forever yours, Grandma. Maya stayed there for a long time. The room was silent except for the soft sound of birds outside the window. She folded the letter carefully. She placed it back inside the envelope. Then she carried it against her heart. She walked into the backyard. The old wooden bench was still there beneath the tree. She sat down. The afternoon sun rested gently on her face. She closed her eyes. For a moment, she could almost hear a familiar laugh. Warm, gentle, home. When she opened her eyes again, the world looked exactly the same, but she didn't. For the first time since the funeral, she didn't feel like she had lost her grandmother. She felt like love had simply found a new place to live.